Hello everyone. In last class, I will teach you some application of Gauss's theorem, and in that application, okay, we have calculated the electric field due to an infinite plane sheet. Okay, for an infinite, suppose this is a for an plane sheet. If charges are uniformly distributed, over the surface, okay, then the electric field at a distance r, suppose P is any point at a distance r, at point P the value of the magnitude of electric field is how much? It is equal to sigma by twice epsilon naught. Here what is sigma? Sigma is the number of charges per unit area. Okay, so this is the value of electric field, okay, due to an infinite surface, due to an infinite plane sheet, uniformly charged infinite plane sheet. Okay, so in this, this is then, now we are discussing the electric field of two oppositely charged plane parallel plates. Suppose we have considered two parallel plates like this. So this is a plane parallel plates and this is another plane parallel plates. These are the two plane parallel plates, and this is suppose negative, this left plate is negative, positively charged. This is our positively charged. Here the surface charge density is plus sigma. Surface charge density is equal to your plus sigma. Okay, and this is our plate number 1 and this is our plate 2. Okay, on the second plate the negative charges are uniformly distributed like this. The negative charges are uniformly distributed like this. Okay, so here the surface charge density is your minus sigma. For the first plate, the surface charge density is plus sigma, and for the second plate, the surface charge density is your minus sigma. That means the number of charge per unit area for both the plate is same. The difference is in plate 1 the charges are positive and the charge on the second plate is negative. That is the difference. Okay, okay, we can draw like this also. This is a 3-dimensional diagram. ओके, ये इतना क्लियर नहीं होगा और ऐसे भी ड्रॉ कर सकते हो. यू कैन ड्रॉ इट लाइक दिस ऑल्सो. You can draw it like this also. Here this is plate number 1, this is plate number 2. Here the positive charges are uniformly distributed over the surface and negative charges are uniformly distributed over the surface. Okay, and these two plane sheet divide the space into 3 regions. Okay, these two plane sheet is divide the space into 3 regions, and that 3 regions are region 1, region 2 and this region 3. Okay, we need to calculate the electric field at these 3 regions. Here also this is region 1, this is region 2 and region 3. In these 3 regions we need to calculate the electric field. Okay, we are taking a unit vector in the direction from positive to negative plate. Okay, we are taking a unit vector r cap in the direction from positive to negative plate. Here also we are taking a unit vector r cap in the direction from number 1 to number 2 plate. Okay, for positive charges electric field lines will be diverging. इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड लाइन जो है वो बाहर जाएगा. दैट मीन्स फॉर पॉजिटिव चार्जेस इफ E1 इज द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड, फॉर पॉजिटिव चार्जेस इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड लाइन जो है it will diverge. These are the electric fields E1 like this. E1 is what? This is the direction of electric field. For positive charges electric field lines will diverge, and for negative fields and for negative plates electric field line will be converse. Electric field line will be converse like this. That means this is E2. For negative plate electric field lines, for negative charge electric field lines will be converse. Okay, like this. For negative plate electric field lines will be converse like this. and for positive plate electric field lines will be diverse. Okay, in region 1, what is the value of electric field? What is the total electric field? Suppose this is the region 1 where both field E1 is the electric field due to positive charge which is diverging, and E2 is the electric field due to negative charge. And you can see in region 1 the direction of electric field E1 and E2 both are opposite. Okay, the direction of electric field E1 and E2 are opposite. Okay, and these are the E1 is what? E1 is the electric field due to a positive plane sheet. What is the value of this electric field? Okay, the value of electric field will be equal to your sigma by twice epsilon naught r cap. Okay, here r cap is in the direction from 1 to 2. R cap is in the direction from positive to negative plate, or you can say r cap is in the direction from left to right. But you can see E1 is directing along the opposite direction of r cap. That is why we have to give a negative sign. Okay, what is E1? E1 is the electric field due to the positive plane sheet. Due to a plane sheet, and we know that electric field due to a plane sheet is how much? It is sigma by twice epsilon naught. Okay, in the region 1, E1 is the electric field due to this positive plane sheet, which will be equal to your sigma by twice epsilon naught. Okay, this is the sigma by twice epsilon naught is the magnitude. Okay, if you want to give the direction, here I have written in vector form. If you give the vector, then you have to give the direction also. The direction of electric field is towards left. Electric field का जो direction है वो किस तरफ है? It is towards left. And I have taken a unit vector in the direction r cap, in the direction left to right. Okay, if you want to give the direction E1 in terms of r cap, okay, in terms of r cap, here you can see E1 is in the direction opposite to r cap. That is why this negative sign is there. Okay, similarly, what is this value of electric field E2? E2 का जो value है वो क्या होगा? That E2 is also the electric field due to a plane sheet, negatively charged infinite plane sheet, and value will be equal to your sigma by twice epsilon naught. So here you can see the direction of E2 and direction of r cap is same. So it will be like this. So in the region 1, these are the two electric field E1 and E2, and both electric field are oppositely directed. And what is the net value of electric field? The total value of electric field in the region 1 will be equal to your E1 plus E2. It will be equal to your 0. That means in region 1, the electric field is 0. Okay, and in region 2, so that means between the two plates, you can see E1 and E2 both are directed along the same side, both are directed along the same direction. Okay, what is value of E1? You remember what is E1? E1 is the electric field due to a infinite plane sheet, positively charged infinite plane sheet, which will be equal to your sigma by twice epsilon naught r cap. And E2 is also electric field due to a infinite plane sheet, okay, here also electric field E2 is for the negatively charged plane sheet. Okay, so it will be equal to your E2 is equal to your minus sigma divided by twice epsilon naught r cap. So not minus, it will be plus, because here the E1 and E2 both are directed along the direction of r cap, So the total electric field in the region 2 will be equal to your, in region 2 the total electric field is equal to E1 plus E2, which will be equal to your sigma by epsilon naught r cap, Okay, this is the direction of electric field is in the direction of positive to negative plate. Okay, in between the two plates, the magnitude of electric field is how much? It is sigma by epsilon naught, and the direction of electric field is along the direction of r cap. That means the direction of electric field is from positive to negative. And in region 3, in region 3, okay, this is the region 3. In region 3 also you can see the direction of electric field E1 and E2 are oppositely directed. Direction of electric field E1 and E2 are oppositely directed. So E1 is directed along the direction of r cap. So it will be equal to your E1 is how much? Sigma by twice epsilon naught r cap, and E2 is directed in the opposite direction of r cap. So E2 will be how much? E2 will be equal to minus sigma by twice epsilon naught r cap. So in the region 3, electric field is how much? It is E1 plus E2. So it will be also 0. Okay. In region 1 and 3, the electric field is 0. And in between the two plates, the electric field is maximum, which is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. Okay, it is very simple. Suppose if we have a two positive oppositely charged plane parallel plates. Suppose this is positive plate. If this is our positive plate, and suppose this is our negative plate. Okay, this is our negative plate like this, and the separation between them is, suppose, what is the separation? Okay, if we have a two parallel plates, one is positively charged and other is negatively charged, in between the two plates the value of electric field is equal to how much? Sigma by epsilon naught. What is sigma here? Sigma is the surface charge density, okay, the number of charge per unit area, and outside the two plates, that means outside the two plates the electric field is 0. The electric field is 0. Okay, so there is a question in your textbook which is exercise number 1.24. It is question number 24. In that question we are given two parallel plates. In that question we are given two parallel plates. Okay, suppose these are the two parallel plates like this. We are given two parallel plates like this. Okay, and the surface, this is plus sigma minus sigma. Here one plate is positively charged and the other plate is negatively charged. Okay, and the surface charge density sigma is also given, which is equal to 117.0 into 10 to the power minus 22 coulomb per meter square. This is the surface charge density, number of charge per unit area. So here we need to calculate electric field in these three regions, region 1, region 2 and region 3. Okay, the question number 1 is, what is the value of electric field? Okay, in this left of the first plate. So electric field in the region 1 is 0. That is the answer number of A. And what is the value of electric field outside the second plate, that means region 3. In this region also, now question number B is also 0. Okay, and what is the value of electric field in between the two plates? In between the two plates, the value of electric field will be how much? It is E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. Okay, sigma is given, which is equal to 17.0 10 to the power minus 22, and what is epsilon? 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12. So if we divide it, 17.0 divided by 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 10. If you divide, you will find the value of electric field between the two plates. So this is very simple. Outside the two plates the electric field is 0, and in between the two plates there is a electric field which value is maximum, which value is sigma by epsilon naught, and the direction of electric field is always from positive to negative plate. Okay. Then we go for another application of Gauss's theorem, and this is the last application of Gauss's theorem. So this is another application of Gauss's theorem. Okay, and in this application we will calculating electric field due to a uniformly charged thin spherical cell. Okay, this is a uniformly charged thin spherical cell. Suppose the Q surges are uniformly distributed over the surface of this cell. Okay, suppose this, you can consider, suppose this is a ball. Over this ball, the surfaces, Q surfaces are uniformly distributed over the surface, and the radius of the cell is supposed, or radius of the sphere is supposed R. Okay, we need to calculate electric field at different point, at outside point and an inside point. Suppose, let us find the electric field at outside point. Number A, electric field at point P, or electric field at outside point P, at outside point P. Okay, electric field at outside point P. Suppose here this is a point P which is at a distance R. Okay, here this is a thin spherical cell of radius capital R. Here Q surfaces are uniformly distributed over the surface of the cell, and due to this thin spherical cell we need to calculate electric field at this point P. Okay, here point P is at a distance R. Okay, and we are going to calculate electric field at P. Okay, but we cannot use the Coulomb's law because the surfaces are uniformly distributed. We need to apply the Gauss's theorem. Okay, for Gauss's theorem we need a Gaussian surface. So here we have considered a spherical Gaussian surface of radius R. Suppose we have considered a spherical Gaussian surface of radius R. Okay, here this Gaussian surface will enclose how much charges? It will enclose the total charge Q. The charge enclosed by Gaussian surface is Q. Okay, here Q charges are uniformly distributed over the surface, and this Gaussian surface will enclose the whole charges, or you can write in this also, that is Q is equal to how much? Sigma into 4 pi r square. 4 pi r square. Okay, sigma is what? Sigma is the surface charge density, that is number of charge per unit area, and 4 pi r square is what? The surface area of the sphere. Okay, and the charge enclosed by this Gaussian surface will enclose the whole charges. That is why charge enclosed by Gaussian surface will be equal to your total charge. Okay, and what is the value of flux through the Gaussian surface? The flux through the Gaussian surface, flux through the Gaussian surface will be how much? The flux through the Gaussian surface phi E is equal to E into 4 pi r square. Okay, what flux means? What? It is a dot product of electric field and area vector, or it is a measure of field lines passing through area. We need flux for this Gaussian surface. Okay, this Gaussian surface is a sphere of radius small letter r. Therefore, the surface area of this Gaussian surface will be equal to your 4 pi r square. And this is a sphere, and every point on this sphere are at equal distance from this center O. Therefore, the electric field at every point will be same. Which is equal to your E. Okay, which is equal to your E. Okay, that means flux for the Gaussian surface. This is our Gaussian surface, which is equal to your E into 4 pi r square. E is what? Electric field, and what is this 4 pi r square? It is the total area of this Gaussian surface. Okay, now according to Gauss's theorem, total flux phi is equal to what? Q by epsilon naught. Total flux is equal to what? Phi is equal to Q by epsilon naught. What is our total flux? Total flux phi is equal to what? E into 4 pi r square, okay, is equal to q divided by epsilon naught, or you can write E is equal to what? 1 by 4 pi r square epsilon naught q by epsilon naught. If you rearranging, it will be 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. Okay, electric field at a distance r is this how much? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. Okay, so this is the value of electric field due to this thin spherical shell, of surface charge density sigma, okay, at a distance r. Okay, at a distance r, this is the value of electric field. Okay, you remember, this is the electric field at point P due to this thin spherical shell. Okay, here the charges are uniformly distributed over the surface of the sphere. इसमें जो चार्ज है, the charges are distributed over this cell. The charges are distributed over this cell, and due to this surface charge distribution, we are calculating electric field at point P. इसमें देखो, if the charges are not on the surface, if the charges are at point O, then what will be the value of electric field? If the charges are at point O, अगर चार्ज सरफेस में नहीं, ये पॉइंट में होता, तो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड का वैल्यू वो क्या निकलता? वो होता 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. ओके, इसमें देखो, ये जो चार्ज है, द चार्जेस आर यूनिफॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड ओवर द सरफेस. फॉर दैट चार्ज वी आर कैलकुलेटिंग इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड एट पॉइंट P, और उसके लिए जो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड का वैल्यू आया है वो क्या है? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. But if the charges are not on the surface, if the charges are at the center, then electric field at the same point is will be equal to same. यही होगा इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड. इसमें देखो, ये जो चार्जेस है वो कहाँ पर है? सरफेस में है. उसके लिए मुझे इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड क्या मिला? ये मिला. अगर चार्ज सरफेस में नहीं सेंटर में होता तो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड वही आता. ओके, दैट मीन्स इसमें जो चार्ज सरफेस में है, दो द चार्जेस आर डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड ओवर द स्फीयर, ओके, it behaves the whole charge is concentrated at the center. You remember here, though the charges are uniformly distributed over the surface of the cell, it behaves the whole charges are concentrated. It behaves the whole charges are concentrated at the center. क्यों? Because सरफेस में चार्ज होने के कारण इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड का वैल्यू ये मिला है. अगर सरफेस में चार्ज नहीं सेंटर में होता तभी इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड का वैल्यू यही मिलता. इसीलिए चार्ज अगर सरफेस में है, इफ द चार्जेस आर सरफेस में नहीं सेंटर में होता तभी भी इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड मुझे यही मिलता. ओके, सो यू रिमेंबर वन लाइन, यहाँ पर एक ही लाइन याद करना होगा. इफ दो द चार्जेस आर यूनिफॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड ओवर द सरफेस, it behaves the whole charges are concentrated at the center. ये कैसा बिहेव करेगा? सब चार्ज सेंटर में कॉन्सेंट्रेट हो रहा है, ऐसा बिहेव करेगा. ओके, then we are going to calculate the electric field on the surface. Okay, this is the electric field outside the cell. Electric field outside the cell. Next we are going to calculate electric field on this cell. Electric field on the cell. Electric field on the cell. Okay, that means if the point P is here, if the point P is here, if the point P is on the surface here, if the electric field is on the cell, means here small r is equal to capital R. Small r is equal to capital R. We are going to calculate electric field over the cell or on the cell. Okay, for this will be the Gaussian surface. This will be the Gaussian surface. Okay, and the charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface will be how much? It will be here, the Gaussian surface will just enclose the whole charges. Here the Gaussian surface will just enclose the whole charges, which will be equal to your sigma into 4 pi r square. And the flux through the Gaussian surface will be how much? The flux through the Gaussian surface phi is equal to your E into 4 pi r square. This time the surface area will be equal to your 4 pi r square, because the point P is at a distance r, and here r is equal to capital R. Capital R is the radius. Okay, so according to Gauss's theorem, total flux phi is equal to q by epsilon naught. What is the value of phi? Total flux is how much? E into 4 pi r square. E into 4 pi r square. Okay, in place of q, we can write, in place of q, we can write 1 by 4 pi r square. So this is your capital R. In place of q is what? Sigma into 4 pi r square. Sigma into 4 pi r square divided by epsilon naught. So this 4 pi r square will go cancel. Therefore, electric field on the surface is equal to how much? Sigma by epsilon naught. Or if you want to write in terms of q, then it will be your E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. Okay, q by r square. These are the two answers. If you write in terms of sigma, then the electric field on the surface is how much? Sigma by epsilon naught. And if you want to write in terms of q is the surge. Okay, then electric field on the surface will be your 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. Okay, and what is the value of electric field at inside point? Then we are calculating electric field at inside point. Inside point. That means this time the point P is here. This time the point P is here. Here small r is less than this capital R. Capital R is the radius of this thin spherical cell, and small r is the distance from the center to the point where you are going to calculate the electric field. Okay, so the point P is at a distance r. Okay, this time we need to calculate electric field at inside point. That is why this will be the Gaussian surface. This will be the Gaussian surface. Okay, so the surfaces are uniformly distributed over the surface. इसमें जो चार्ज है वो कहाँ पर है? The charges are uniformly distributed over the surface, and this Gaussian surface will enclose zero charge. Okay, the charges actually कहाँ पर है? The charges are outside the charges are on the surface of the thin spherical cell, and this Gaussian surface will enclose zero charge. So here the Gaussian surface will enclose, or Gaussian surface encloses zero charge. That means charge enclosed by Gaussian surface will be equal to 0. Okay, and flux for the Gaussian surface will be how much? Flux for the Gaussian surface phi is equal to what? E into 4 pi r square. Okay, so according to Gauss's theorem, total flux phi is equal to what? Q by epsilon naught. What is phi? E into 4 pi r square. Charge enclosed by Gaussian surface is 0. So electric field क्या होगा? Electric field at inside point is 0. So at inside point, inside the thin spherical cell, electric field is 0, and on the surface of the thin spherical cell, the value of electric field is maximum, which is equal to sigma by epsilon naught, or you can say electric field is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. And the distance increases, the value of electric field will also decreases. If we draw a graph of electric field and distance, suppose if we draw a graph, suppose along x-axis we put electric field, along y-axis we are putting this distance r, then suppose this is the thin spherical cell. This is the thin spherical cell, and this distance is equal to your r. At this point it is your r. Okay, that means here small r is equal to capital R. This is the radius. Okay, inside the thin spherical cell, what is the value of electric field? Value of electric field is equal to 0. Okay, inside the thin spherical shell ये जो electric field का value है it will be 0. On the surface the value of electric field is maximum, which is equal to E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. Okay, and as distance increases the electric field is also decreases. That means when distance increases electric field is inversely proportional to r square. जब डिस्टेंस इंक्रीज होगा तो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड क्या होगा, वो भी डिक्रीज होगा. सो दिस इज अ वेरिएशन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड with distance r. Okay, inside the thin spherical shell electric field E is equal to 0. On the surface the value of E is maximum, which is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon q by r square. Okay, and distance increases electric field will decreases. Okay, it will be decreases.